Hi everyone, this is Tammy at Snowstorm Crafts, and today I want to show you guys what you could do with 2 pieces of fabric and what you could put it into a junk journal. So please, if you could subscribe to my channel, notification bell, and you guys can see my next video when I post it. Like, comment, and share, and let's grow together. Okay, so what I was looking at is, I know that we're all getting these envelopes just in the mail for Christmas and just packaging, and it would be nice to recycle it and use it in our junk journals. So one idea I came up with is, I tried ripping this off, but then be careful, you'll rip a hole in it, so it should be fine just to leave it. So what I'm going to do is, make sure you guys are in frame the whole time, because I got you up as high as I can get you. And what I'm going to do is we're going to make a pocket. I'm going to cut this, cut a slip top, and then we're going to make this pouch into a pocket that you'll have a cloth fabric pocket inside. And this will be just a big like file folder maybe, that you can just open, you know, and it'd be like a pouch. So let's get started here. Let's start with the pocket first, the pouch part right here. So what I did is I took whatever I'm going to use and I laid it down like this, and we're gonna glue this part shut eventually. So I'll get that shut, and then I'm gonna cut this top part open. So it's just gonna open like this. But for now, get it to the size you want. Excuse me. And then I just did like maybe a 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch, somewhere around there. Left it a little bigger because we're gonna sew it. And then at the top, this part was already sewn for me. It was already sewn down because it was like a tablecloth thing, or it was something like that. And so it was already hemmed at the top for me. But I'm going to show you guys another one too if we have time, and I'll show you hemming it and just to hem the top, because I want to kind of hem the top like this, because when we do put it in, I want to see if I can fold it down, and we can have the fold down too. So just go ahead and lay down what you're going to do, and do like a 1/2 inch extra material around it, and then do a little bit more at the top, maybe 1 inch or longer. Let's do 2 inches at the top, and then you'll fold it down and just sew just like that. Just do a little sew down, just so you'll have a little hem at the top. Okay? Right. So that's what you'll do. If you don't have a hem at the top, just go ahead and just do an extra 2 inches at the top, fold down 1 inch, and then just do a sew all the way across on each piece, each panel. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and lay good to good here. I'm gonna keep checking, you guys can see, because this is kind of a big folder we're working with. So we're gonna do good to good here and lay it out. Okay, and then I'm gonna take it to my sewing machine, and we're just gonna keep this part open up here and just sew a 1/4 inch in all the way down, all the way in the bottom, and then all the way up to the top, and then leave this part open up here. So let's go ahead and do that. So we're at the sewing machine here, and if you want to, you can pin it all down and make it, you know, so it's not going to slide around or anything, but I'm just going to kind of line up the top here, pinch it down, and just do a quick sew around. So don't go ahead and leave, well, let me think. No, let's sew this part down too. Let's go ahead and sew that part down. Just like that. So like about a 1/4 inch in, sew the very, very top, line it up, Always line up the bottom too after it's in the sewing machine. And then you just kind of work your way down. Do a back stitch at the top. And then just make sure it's all lined up as you go. That's what I was saying if you want to pin it first. But I'm being lazy today. I'm just gonna sew it down. Okay. So just go ahead, do this, get to the end down here, leave your needle down, open it, lift up your foot, and then leave your needle and press it down, and then just do the bottom and work your way up to the top. All right, so got it all sewn around, and you get to see it's just sewn from the top all the way to the bottom and then up to the other top. And what I did is you want to keep it inside out like that because you want the good side on the inside like that. And I folded down the sides here. I just did like, you know, what, an inch and a half, inch and a quarter. Just fold it down as much as you want, and then I ironed it just to kind of flatten it. Okay, so we got that far. Now, take your envelope. Okay, so we got our envelope, and I'm gonna go ahead and start by just gluing this flap down here. And this is the Art Glitter Glue. Works great. If you haven't tried it, you need to try it. Good old Art. So I hope you guys are having a crafty day today and getting out your envelopes that you have and getting out some old fabric that you kept hanging around forever. And gonna make a fun pouch. I mean, you could put all kinds of stuff in this too. It'll just be like a, you know, just a pouch to put, I mean, anything. Any of your leftover scraps or any of your keepsakes that you treasure, or just, you know, whatever you want. Okay. I'm just gluing that on down. And then I want to cut the top here. Don't cut your fabric. All right, so go ahead and just line it up where you want it. And I'm just gonna cut, oops, that's the wrong cutter. There we go. And throw this piece out. We don't need it. Don't need it. Okay, and then what you should be stuck with here is, ta-da, just a big old envelope open like that. Okay. Now, the moment of truth here is we're gonna just tuck that in. Okay, I'm gonna sit down and make sure you guys can see. Okay. I'm just gonna take it and just tuck it in. I'm doing this at a weird angle so you guys can see, but just go ahead and get it tucked in here. Push it down in there. The corners. That. And then take your fold down part. And just fold it down on the edges here. And voila. Okay. And you should have a cool little pocket that you can put all your stuff in. So there you go. So that's one thing to do with two pieces of fabric. And then if you want, you can just glue underneath here to keep it to stay where you want it. That's a good idea. Just glue it down and have it stay, and then do your decorations on it and stuff, which at the end, if we have time, I'll do it in a time lapse and we could decorate the whole thing. But yeah, you know what? While we're here, I'm gonna use the Fabrifix, and it bonds to fabric, lace, leather trims, and more. And then I have it in I haven't showed you guys this for a while, but a sugar bell icing. Oh, I guess it's stuck in there now, huh? And I took a die, like a little dice, and put it in the bottom of the jar, like that. Glued it down in there, and then it gives it like a little spot just to sit in there, and the glue is kind of built up in it. So it's got a little pouch just kind of to stick into, so it seems to work pretty good. Then your glue is ready at all time here. As long as it's not all clumped up, but go ahead and glue. Down a little further because I made mine a little bit longer, so you guys could just judge how far you want your fold to go down, you know. Either way, it looks great. So I'm just going to do mine a little bit further down. Like if you notice there's too much material inside, just move your fold. You can make it longer on the outside there. Okay. I had it all perfect. And I set it up right. There we go. Just enough to hold it down. Alright, and then after this, I have a fun one I wanted to show you guys too. Like if you're doing a journal, I'm going to show you guys how to do like a side pocket. There, and then that picked up some of the slack on the inside there. So then it's fun. You can put all kinds of stuff in here and you got yourself a little pouch. So there we go. So there's one way. Okay, and I will get my material here. And I'm going to use this. It's just one of the crinkly ones that we've got and I've had for a little bit. And I want to fold it like this and make a journal with it. So when we have it like this, and then I want to add like a signature and stuff in here. When we have it like this, we have this side pocket right here that I want to put my fabric in to do a little fabric pouch on the side. Okay? So it's the same concept. Here. You're going to want to take you guys can see, there we go, and have the pouch opening here. Okay, I'm gonna cut off this top part right here, so we don't need that part. Okay. I'm just going to go And I always save these because these are great to do for the top of tags or, you know, any kind of clusters or something like that. Okay. So now, do about, because I am making a seam at the top. I mean a fold at the top. So let's say 2 inches. Let's do 2 inches with that. Okay. And we're only going to want to go to here because this is where our fold is. Okay, so you're going to want to go like, let's go to the fold because you're gonna sew. So go ahead and go to the fold here. So we're gonna line it up for what, a 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch, somewhere like that on the sides. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that over here. Just line it up. And right about here. Okay, and then right about out there. Okay, so we got our size that we want. Now we're going to want to go to the sewing machine and go ahead and fold this down because this is going to be the top part. If that makes sense, right? And then we're going to want to go like this and say fold it down 1 inch like that. And then I take it to my iron and I'll go ahead and iron it flat, and then it's easier. You don't have to pin it and do anything like that. I just keep my iron going back there, and I could just walk over and just go ahead and iron it and then do the same thing to this one. Make sure you get it the right way. You're going to want to do like 1 inch. So same thing. So line it up. Pull it up about 1 inch or so. Okay. So just line them up, iron them down, and I will meet you guys back here. All right, I wanted to show you guys real quick. I went ahead and just ironed it and ironed that one. And then we're gonna go to the sewing machine and just about 1/8 of an inch, 1/4 inch up, just go ahead and sew right along here just to tack this down. Okay? Okay, so went ahead and did that. And now, go ahead and put it good to good, good material to good material. So that one up and this one down. And we're gonna do the same thing that we did to the big one. Okay. So we're just gonna go ahead and start at the top here, do a back stitch, go all the way around, go down through the bottom and up through the top, and then another back stitch. Okay. So that is done. Went ahead and just sewn all the way around it and up to here. Now we got a pouch. So that's basically how you do pouches. Pretty simple once you get it down, and it's not too bad. Not too bad at all. Okay. Now if you wanted to do, and I'm just going to show you this real quick because we're here, but if you wanted to do a pouch just for your, you know, for yourself and not in a journal or something, you could just flip it and then you got yourselves a little pouch. Yeah. And you can always just, you know, take a little Velcro. You can put a little Velcro here and just have a little Velcro pouch like that. I didn't want to flip it all the way. But yeah, there you go. And I'm just showing you guys the inside out version of it because we're going to stick it in and make ourselves a little fun pouch, and then you want to see the pretty fabric on the inside. Okay? So let's see. Hopefully I didn't make this too big, because if you do and you do it too big, you can just go back to the sewing machine and just go in a little bit here and just sew back around like that. Just go in maybe an 1/8 inch or so, and then you can just cut off the excess, you know, like that. So let's see. Here, maybe I made it too big, and then I can show you guys. Because we learn, you know, we learn from our mistakes here. I might have made it too big, because you don't want it too wrinkly in there. I might have. Tuck it in there. Oh, it's really not that bad. Not too shabby. Maybe a little too big. But, I mean, really, not too bad. Okay, so that's the inside of it. And what it'll be is a little inside thing. So what I'm gonna do, because I don't like how it is a little sloppy, it's a little bit big. So I'll show you guys how to fix it. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is go to the sewing machine and just kind of go in like an 1/8 inch here and just sew on the inside here all the way and up, just like that. One way to do it if you want to resize it. And now, because you don't want all this excess material, we'll go ahead and I'll just use this ruler and just go ahead and cut off what we did sew, but make sure you leave some here. I mean, don't cut into your new sewing. So just to get the excess off. It's not so bulky inside. So I'm kind of glad that happened, then I could show you guys what you could do if you do make it too big. So but make sure you're giving yourself some allowance here, so it's not, you know, like that's cutting it close right there. But it'll still be fine. Just make sure you don't cut too close to the threads. Okay. Let's see if this works better. So now, go ahead and stick it in. And let's fold it down. There we go. And it's a much better fit. So there you go. That's kind of fun. Like that. Okay. And before we glue the sides or anything, if you guys want to, you could do a Velcro attachment here. You could do like a button. You could put a button like this. You could put a button here, and then you can sew on a piece here and wrap it around and hook it to the button. You could do that. I have a snap machine to do snaps, and I was thinking snap would be kind of cool, but I think I'm going to show you guys how I would do the button. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. And then we can have a fun little button on the outside here. So let me grab some buttons real quick. Ahead and ironed it just to give it a crease here, and cut out a strip that's about 4 inches. So 4-inch strip here, just from the fabric. And we're gonna unfold it after you iron it and get your crease. And we're gonna want to go maybe like a 1/4 inch, 1/8 of an inch. So make sure it's in the middle here. You're gonna put it here. We're gonna wrap it around and put this here like that. Okay. And then you can get your needle. Because you're gonna want to probably pin this one here. Okay. So I'll show you here in a second what it's gonna do. Okay. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pin it like that. And I'll show you guys. Let me get it pinned, and then just do it a little closer here, like kind of have them touching right that. Okay, and then you can pin above the crease here. You're just not wanting to sew above the crease. Okay, I'll show you guys. So what I did is I cut my strip that I wanted, 4 inches. This is the crease, so you're going to want to go about a 1/4 of an inch, 1/8 of an inch under it. And then when we sew, we're just going to want to sew right along here. Just do a back and forth stitch just to secure it, okay? And then what it's going to do is when you fold it back down, like this, okay? And then this is going to tuck into your pocket or into your pouch. You're going to have it like that. And then your button will go here. And then we'll adjust the button to make this perfectly go and wrap right over the top of it. Okay? So I hope that makes sense. So you ironed it exactly where you wanted it. Open it and you can see your crease, and then go about 1/4 to 1/8 of an inch down. Okay, with 4 inches here is the strip, is about 4 inches. And now we're just going to go to the sewing machine and just go back and forth and reinforce it like that. All right? Okay. Guys, hopefully you guys can see this. So I got it all pinned, and I'm going to go below my crease line. And then just put your foot down. Okay, move your pin out. Okay. And make sure your fold isn't tucked underneath. You want it up here, up on top, because you don't want to sew it down. So you want to do that and make sure everything's up and everything's out of the way. And you're just going to go forward, backward, forward, and then don't hit your other pin, but get it locked underneath it. There we go. And then move your pin. And you're going to want to go forward, backward, all the way backwards, all the way forwards, all the way backwards, all the way forward. And just do that a couple times just to secure it in there, because you're going to be opening and shutting, open and shutting, open and shutting it. And you don't want it to rip. There we go. And then you got yourselves a little loopy loop. Okay. So now you have a loop. Done. Let's cut all our thread off of it. Our hangers here. And I always keep these because they're great for making clusters and all kinds of stuff. So I always keep my thread, because you can do little fun clusters with them. Okay. I'm just getting all the loose string off of it real quick. Okay. Now, this is what we got. So you got your little hook here, and we're going to line up our button to where we want to hook it. So you want to have a little bit of, you don't want it too loose, but you don't want it too tight. So I'm wondering if down here, because you're going to have stuff in your pouch too, so you want to make sure can get it around it and have it sit comfortably. So I'm thinking about there. That's probably a good spot for it. Okay. And then get your needle and thread. I always loop it and do a slip knot in the bottom here. I don't know why. That's just the way I've done it my whole life. So I just take it, go through the hole, bring it down, and then I go through, oops, just make sure you don't get that part. I go through the slip knot here that I made. I just pop through the slip knot, right? And then I take it and tighten it, just like that. So it's not going anywhere. It is slip knotted, okay? And then you just keep going as many times as you want around to secure your button. I recommend doing it, you know, at least 3 or 4 times. Just because you're gonna, you know, be opening and shutting it and opening and shutting it. Okay. So there we go. One more for good measure. Okay, and then you just kind of, oops, go through your threads here. All right, and then just tie it off. Just like that. Okay, and if you want, you can go ahead and just do another knot. If you don't feel like you tied it good, you know, just go ahead and do another knot in it, and then just get it so you don't see these. And there you go. We got our button, we got a pouch, we got a closure. So there we go. Like that, and then got a fun little pouch right now. Okay, so now let's go ahead and tuck it back in. Do your little tuck here, your fold. There we go. Now we're snug in there. You can see. That's why it helps to iron it too, just because it gives it a crisp little, where you know it's going to go, that little edge. Okay. And we get our button. I say let's go ahead and glue it down now, just so it's going to stay where we want it. It's kind of slippery on this. Okay. So let's go ahead. Make sure it's tucked down in there. Okay. There we go. Okay, so now that should stay and not slide all around on you. And you got yourself a fun little pouch. I mean, you can put anything you want in it. I don't know, I'm just grabbing things off my desk here. Just anything, whatever you want. And then take it and button it. You got your little button to hold your little thing shut. And then nothing will fall out. And we'll make this into a journal. And you can open it up and have your writing in here and maybe some little pockets. So I think that's a fun little idea. So let's see how much time we have, and I'll probably do it in a time lapse and go ahead and decorate and see what we come up with. So I'm in a mess here. I used a lot of my scraps. Well, not a lot, but that's the plan, is to use up the rest of my scraps on the other side here. But I wanted to show you guys, I pretty much did this side and got that done. And then you can add stamping to it and all kinds of fun things. So I think for tomorrow, I will continue doing this, and then I will do a video with you guys finishing up my, oh, here it is, I couldn't find it. We'll do this together and finish and decorate this tomorrow and put in some signatures and do all that. So that'll be the next video I put up. And I got this one done. You got your fun little pocket in here and your button. And then let's look at this one again. So you can put all kinds. I mean, I think I'm even going to put my scraps in here. Put some like fun scraps that I want to use, and you can just reach in and grab them out. And this lays flat, so you can just set it somewhere and it's not scraps flying everywhere. So that's what I think I'm going to use this one for. And depending on how this one turns out, and I love the sound and the crinkle of it, I might put this in my Etsy shop. But we'll do it tomorrow, or on the next video I do, is continue with this one and see how it turns out. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it very informational. And if you have any questions, please let me know. Just put it down in the comments. And if you could, subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell, and you guys can see my next video when I post it. Like, comment, and share, and let's grow together. And keep on crafting, guys. And have a great day.